Other than that, yeah, nothing else.
Virus. Virus.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Bliss Hunter here with yet again another day of some more gameplay. It is Sunday today, and that means that today we're seeing the finals between Fiago and Alpha Pepe. But before we actually get there, let's go ahead and talk about who we got here today. Once again, as always, you have your boy Skulna here with us. What's up, Skulna? How you doing, man?
Yo, what's up? How you guys doing? How everyone is having a fantastic Sunday, and today is gonna be it. Today is the day for League of Legends. And we've been pretty much excited for this all the opportunity. But nonetheless, we do have a guest of us, and everyone should know who he is. And it is nonetheless Black Sheep. Welcome.
Hello. I am very grateful to be on this show. Since this is the final, this is probably going to be a very, and I expect nothing less than the very best from us all.
Yeah.
So indeed, so we've had you've been here last time, and you pretty much got to see a little bit of every single player last time. You got to see a little bit of every single team, and the two teams that have made it to the end would be Fiago and Alpha Pepe. And that's actually very interesting to see, because it is also the two squads that have a somewhat of a rivalry for quite some time in the esports community itself. Since the first time that we had ourselves a League of Legends tournament, both these teams could have competed in this tournament, and the second time around as well. And here they are again today, playing against each other in the finals of the major tournament. And there's a lot on the line here. We're talking about 12,500 SRD on the line here. It's a winner takes it all. So if they take an L, that's simply just the end of the road for you. There's nothing to gain here. So I'm pretty sure that both these teams are going to try their hardest as much as possible to get themselves a W. Now, if I'm to talk about the game itself, what do you guys think about what you guys are going to see here today?
Well, we're hoping maybe Fiago stop with maybe a little bit of the trolling. They have been trolling maybe a bit. I don't really know per se, but like, you know, Mythics, you gotta have to get those things down. You gotta have to be focusing. For Alpha Pepe, they have been their main focus is, yeah, for sure, jungle. You gotta love jungle. Jungle has been a main prioritized, and they have been pretty much strong with it over since every single game they played. They prioritize, they take advantage of the weaknesses of all the teams, and pretty much that's why the jungle is always having such a great, fantastic success. And as we can see from mid, the person plays really well with such a control where he's able to manipulate the way of the game to go. You know, he's able to choose certain directions. He's able to go to top, mid. He's a top, bot, even from any opposite lane, and that's why I think Alpha Pepe is so having such a great success. And what do you think, Blackship?
Yes, I agree completely with what you said about Alpha Pepe. My focus right now is on Firewood. They have been showing interesting situations where they are focusing on one carry and trying to protect that carry. It does not always work it does not always work as planned, but I'm hoping that they will probably figure this time out how to do it correctly, how to do it quickly, because if they don't, Alpha Pepe will take this 2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, but yeah, I think honestly, if Fiago wants to take part of this, they have to be really respectful of what their individual as a team is lacking. We understand that they love to play a one-man team, and that is not how it's going to be going. It needs to be very much team-oriented, and I hope that Fiago will be showing us more the team play and showing not less more one person trying to carry the game. We it seems to have some sort of success in some sense, but there needs to be more. It needs to be more done. For example, objective could be a other thing. Even if you're losing or winning, advantage taking objectives is never losing in anyone's favor.
Yes, I agree completely. Now, what I want to focus on is the picks, in particular top side, because their top side is usually left alone in an island with letting them do whatever they want, and sometimes they get visited. If they're lucky enough, they get visited by the jungler. But I hope this time they will have an answer for top side, which can show you that they have split pushing capabilities, or if not, team fight capabilities that can change the entire game.
Yeah, well, we come to a conclusion to that. Pretty much, we'll have to see how the games are going to be pretty much proceeding, and I'm pretty much excited. And I hope you guys are also both excited for what's gonna come.
Yeah, I have been enjoying a lot of this League of Legends gameplay, even though I myself I don't play League of Legends that much. Well, most of my knowledge comes from watching these players, these amazing players play, and I can see their strategies. I can kind of understand what they're going for. I'm trying to grasp it, following you guys, you guys are the masters here. You guys are the ones that know how the game works and what they're doing. So I'm also following what you guys are saying, and I'm learning a bit as I am simply just watching. But as we go into the pick, how about you give us a little bit more insight about what these picks are going to do to this game?
Well, as I can see, and I think Black Sheep can also agree with me, they're very oriented on focusing on the mid, which is not a bad thing. We see that both sides, mostly from Alpha Pepe, they're banning they're banning their most strongest mid laners, which is the Annie and the Veigar. We saw those two were pretty much valuable for Fiago. But yeah, I would let Black Sheep pretty much turn it out. Like, what you got?
Alright, in my opinion, what they're focusing on the mid lane bans right here is they're thinking that Fiago is mostly focusing on Veigar and Annie, because those look like comfort picks for the mid lane. Because we've only seen mid laner Fiago be so comfortable on Veigar that even if he is behind, he can somehow be influential and impactful in this game. They're banning the Veigar is putting the mid laner in a very bad position, and right now Fiago has been banning a lot of early game picks such as the LeBlanc. So that means that doesn't matter what happens right now. Right now is all about, do they still want to go for the early game picks, or are they going for a team fight oriented comp?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and it seems like they're going to be mostly focused, because they're mostly focused on mid. They have other opportunities going to be shown, and we see that Fiago is pretty much banning some of the junglers in that sense, because they know Rek'Sai is so strong. She's able to rotate certain like rotation that is unexpected for Fiago, and I think Fiago is still learning in that process, but it's still nonetheless a fantastic ban to ban Rek'Sai. And we know that Diana is also dangerous, because if she's able to come from the back and dive, and she just basically put every one of all of Fiago's teammates in bad situations. and I think that's also why the reason.
I agree completely. Now we have seen Alpha Pepe chose the Misfortune. Misfortune has shown to be a very strong character in the bot side and has been showing very impactful ultis or teamfight capabilities. So in my opinion, what AlphaGo is going for Crash Kai'Sa bot lane, they're going to go for that Misfortune pick. They're going to go for that jungler supporting or tanking mid bot side so that the Misfortune falls behind, because that is right now a very important strategy, and I hope that the bot lane of Alpha Pepe is ready for that.
Well, we also want to talk about a little bit about the Passional. So the Passional has changed a little bit. So Misfortune won't be on the top tier, S tier even. So, but she's still pretty strong nonetheless. And I think that's gonna be still why they chose to play. And we see the Firegold jungler is gonna be playing Ram is committing to it. We hope we don't see the same mistake again. That's why I said at the beginning it's a little bit of troll, but I don't want to come to that near that conclusion. So we see that it could be a mistake, could be some kind of misunderstanding in some sense. So we still have to give credit to that, right?
Yes, I agree. Looking at Alpha Pepe's income, they are showing the Graves. That Graves right there was a monster in the jungle. Not only in the jungle, but in the entire game. If they funnel some resources into Graves, they are willing to snowball Graves and making sure that the game ends probably pre 20 or pre 25 minutes.
Yeah, I like the strategy pretty much at the so far, and we want to see how Alpha Pipi will come on top. We see that Firego is banning so many people from is so targeted on jungle and mid lane, and I think that like I told you at the beginning, is their success was so much because of that in the mid and the jungle.
Yes, if they're going forward, they're yes, Fiago is going as expected, going for the one carry comp and protecting that carry. The Kaisa carry and everybody around him is built to protect that Kaisa. They're doing the same strategy that they've been going this entire tournament, and there's if it works, it works. But if it doesn't work, I wonder what changes will be.
Yeah, are you thinking maybe the last pick from Firego is gonna be Shen by any chance?
I would love to see a Shen, but if it is not if it is not chosen, I'm happy to see maybe a Maokai, because it doesn't matter if the Rammus engages or the thresholds. If there's a Maokai in between a team fight, the Maokai can entirely change the dynamic.
Well, nonetheless, you said to fantastic. Whoa, what is that? We see Shen being picked from the opposite side instead of Fire Go. That really, I think that's why they kind of counter pick in some sense, right? So we see that I love the team of Alpha Pipe. Alpha Pipe have a solid team. They can engage, disengage, and they can put in people situations that they shouldn't be. And they also have they have a really balanced comp. I love what their comp is, and yeah, we'll see how is Fire will be able to respond to that, and if they're able to come up with something. Silas is also a fantastic pick.
Taking the side is as a last pick right there, that is very opportunistic. But if you look at the enemy team's comp, Silas has quite a few ultis, but not really that much game-breaking ultis, such as the Meltite ulti that has been banned. But even right now, looking at it, the Kaisa carries Silas very good choices into what Alpha Pepe is going for. But Alpha Pepe is still going for that early game strategy, and if that early game strategy doesn't go, they can always transition into a late game team fight comp.
Yeah, I can totally agree. So it's gonna be really focused on Fiago late game, and one saying they don't have late game from Alpha Pipi side too. So it could be but they have more. They have more. They're so focused on it. But because of Alpha Pipi, they have more focus on They can do stuff more in the early games and the mid game, and I think that's why it's so balanced for Alpha Pipi.
Yes, right now I am hoping for the Rammus. Rammus going to gank either of the lanes, the mid lane or the bot lane, ganking either of those lanes and very early on, because I think if they gank early game and get some resources flowing into the team, I think they would be in a great position, Fireball.
Well, speaking of which, I say you say about Ramos. I think Ramos is very much focusing on the bot side, since we know that Kaisa is gonna do so much. He's gonna be expected a lot from his teammates itself, and I don't know if that's gonna be a lot of pressure for Kaisa, in sense. But yeah, what do you think?
What I'm thinking if is right here, he 20 minutes, get some kills on the Kaisa or on the Silas. Make sure that they
Yeah.
are very well fed enough so that they can have a good early game. a
Yeah.
decent mid game and a very monstrous late game.
Yeah, we do know that Viago needs to have impact with that sense because of that. And yeah. But nonetheless, we have all come to our, we analyze the situations. I think it's about time we hit some ads and we'll catch up with you guys in a bit once we hit the rift. Alright, see you guys soon.
Ja, je moeder is niet thuis, nou? Nee, ze is er niet. Oh. Ik dacht dat ze thuis was. Is goed. Zeg haar dat ik was geweest, hoor. En tagging aan een vergeten. Offer voor jou. Wat is dat? Toets sterretje 100 hekje, dan kies je optie 4. Of doe het via de MyDigital app. Ik ben weg. Wie voor dat geeft nog meer informatie nog? Met dat toets sterretje 100 hekje, dan kies je optie 4. Zo'n informatie van Moro. Baika? En je moet direct zeker, no? Nee, zoek het in de MyDigital app.
It's a matter of alone. Drove by your house and found that nobody was home. No. Yeah, I got it on my own. Independent chick, I buy my own silicone. Tell me you love me, then let me unwrap. Yeah, you break my emotions. Now I'm on the edge. Tell me you love me, then let me unwrap. Yeah, you break my emotions. Now I'm on the It's a matter of alone. Drove by your house and found that nobody was home. No. Yeah, I got it on my own. Independent chick, I buy my own silicone. Tell me you love me, then let me unwrap. Yeah, you break my emotions. Now I'm on the edge. Tell me you love me, then let me unwrap. Yeah, you break my emotions. Now I'm on the
Alright, we are back and we see that both teams are pretty much. It looks like it could be a clash. It might be it. This is it. I think this is the moment that we were talking about. And this is it. Yeah, Fernandes is gonna get big. And we're gonna have a little bit early battles. So fast. And it's what we expected from both teams. Actually, more expected from Alpha 50. But yeah, this is it. This is gonna be looking really good. I think Viago was also, was not looking into good positions. And look at those fantastic combinations of using all of their abilities into the synchronization, and yeah, that's gonna be Alpha Pipi is gonna come on top, and that is looking terrible for Viago.
Yes, a 4 for 2 trade, but not only that, look at where those 4 kills are. 2 for the Anivia, 2 for the...
Oh,
That means the Misfortune is ready for that laning phase, is ready to destroy the trigger in the laning phase. But not only that, if the Anivia with those 2 kills, if she resets and get her items, she can probably help the Graves gank mid lane and get the Graves start running up, start snowballing.
Yeah, I find it a little bit odd why she chose not to, try to get those early items and pretty much make the decisions to play with the jungle. It could have probably made them into maybe up ahead in some sense. But yeah, I love to see Miss Fortune. She is in a great spot right now. She is pretty much best as she can be.
Yes, it is a very questionable decision. You have 2 kills in your bank and you didn't bag. That means that you in the laning phase you're still as equals. Even if you have, if you don't spend it, you're not really advancing your taking advantage of your kit or taking advantage of the early game. And look at that bot side. The Nautilus is so
Man, I think they got a little bit overconfident, maybe Alpha Pipe Nautilus, and I think that's also the reason why. But I do always love and I always welcome that. I love Thresh. Thresh is been a favorite champion for me since the beginning of this game. I started around season 3, actually end of season 2. Actually, that's why it's pretty early. So yeah.
Yes, it's a very long history. You have a very long history with the character. I've seen you hit quite a few amazing hooks, but let's see if the support of Firego can also hit those amazing hooks.
Yeah. It seems like I was correct. Rammus is gonna be rotating to bot and maybe landing a hook. Maybe we can't really see what's going on a little bit. We do know Flash is coming on, and yeah, it's just unfortunate that ward really coming clutch. I love the buy that was so early since they were so up ahead for Alpha Pipe. Just securing them a vision right away in that scenario with the bushes,
Yes, so nicely set up. If the Thresh landed that hook, or maybe if the Thresh flash in, go in for that pull with the E, then perhaps they could have gone for the gank, get that bounty off Miss Fortune, get the Kaiser on even footing.
Well, we do know that both mids are kind of even because Nivea didn't decide to go to a back, and I think that's also going to be the reason why they're both pretty much an okay situation. And we see bot Rammus is going back for his round 2. And I don't know if it's going to be succeeding to him. We haven't seen anyone getting kills. It looks like we're going to get one first blood. Actually, not the first blood. It's going to be a kill for Firego. And yeah. Well, Kaisa is going to slowly pretty much get stronger in that sense. Because she has 2 kills. She's kind of on par with Miss Fortune. So she's kind of a little greedy because she bought Cole. And that could be maybe a mistake. I don't know if that's going to be a mistake. It's really greedy.
Extremely greedy, but what I'm thinking right here is the Graves. If the Graves can kill right here on the Silas, he can set himself up for a nice early game as Snowball, as a monstrous jungler. But again,
yeah, Rammus is pretty close by, and we know both of them. I love how Alpha Pipe Graves is playing. I see that Rammus is gonna go from the back, and it's just gonna will Graves be able to compensate? And yeah, HN is gonna escape in that way. And wow, it's kind of they lost a 1v2. They kind of lost a 1v2 to the Shen.
never underestimate the Shen. The Shen has one of the strongest early games he can have as a character because his stats as an early game character is so strong. That's why he is a laner, and in a team fight his ultimate is so useful.
Oh no, they're looking for another fight. Why would they fight that? I like the TP from Stylus there, but yeah, I think it's really unfortunate for Alpha Pipe just to lose. They were looking at a good position, but I think they kind of got greedy, and it looks like Ram is gonna look for another one, and I think Graves is pretty much ready for it, but we do see that Nvidia is also rotating quickly and swiftly, and yeah.
Yes, very questionable that the Shen didn't recall. He was so after that 1v2 killing their Silas. He could have reset it, restocked up on some items, and probably came back stronger. But because of that, the Silas got a kill, and top lane might also be on even footing. If the Silas can get ahead, the Shen will not have a happy time.
Oh, that Nautilus hook almost hit it, guys. That was a little bit of the pixel, and that hitbox, if that hitbox landed, yeah, we can call it a little bit, a little BS in that sense. But yes, we always question about the Nautilus hooks, and yeah, that thing is kinda makes no sense.
It has a very weird hitbox, but when it lands and when you feel that nice satisfying hit on the queue of the Nautilus, it will be very It feels very nice. But yes,
Looks like we're gonna have a clash at bot river here, so let's see how they're gonna be able to respond. They're both pinging each other, having a little bit of brawl, maybe. And well,
they're just prepping up for a dragon take, or maybe just warding around so that they can have an easy dragon take. But the Ramus is probably just doing his bump. They're all going for their camps.
I think Ramus is kind of setting up for maybe another bot gank since we know that it's gonna be Fiago is gonna be really focus oriented on bot side since Kaisa needs to make the play and needs to hit. I don't know if they're gonna make its situations to be very risky, but when it comes down to it, might have to be.
Yes, looking at this, how the Galio is positioned, if he gets the midway farm and just rotates bot side, it can be a 4 versus 2 on the bot lane, or maybe a 4 versus 3 if the Graves can react quickly enough. But if it's neither of those, I only see the Dragon as the objective that is going to be taken. If they don't go for the bot side characters, the bot laners, then the Dragon is the only objectives of the team.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there.
The way that they're all positioned there, the Ram is taking the buffalo and the fight that's happening on side.
And something's gonna happen. We just see that Silas taking the Shen ult. We have been talking about this a little bit since we know Shen is gonna be opportunity. Both Shens are pretty much here. Actually, not both Shens, but we see that Silas here is using the Shen ultimate. And we see Galio is also ulting as well, coming to save his team. But is it gonna be enough? We see two people pretty much taking down from Alpha Pepe. And it's going to be 1v2.
And look at that, the bodyguard comp did work out in Firego's favor, but at what cost? At the cost of losing some tower plating. It was a 2-for-1 trade, but tower plating and getting some damage so early on and getting the misfortune extra gold can actually be detrimental for them.
Yeah, I think this might be, they should be focusing on the people that should be more prioritized, and I think it's going to be definitely for the jungler and Misfortune and Anivia. Those are going to be mostly prioritized. They have killed, no doubt they have pretty much gotten Nautilus and Shen in that process, but is that really what the main target is, you know? Is that really what they need?
They may have some kills to the Kaisa, but if that is all they're doing, if Kaisa is the only target, then I only see one solution. The Shen just taunts the Kaisa and then the Greaves goes to town on here. That is a very easy solution for Alpha Pippin.
Yeah, I can see why, and I think there needs to be an itemization because of that. Are they gonna buy Mikhail's Crucible? Are they gonna buy QSS? You know, those are the options that they have. Oh, looks like we have a little bit of, I think Jen is gonna get caught here, and looks like Graves responded swiftly as well. And yeah, wow, they pretty much disengaged quickly. They all disengaged quickly.
Oh no, the Galio is getting caught up, but it's not working.
Oh no, he is not looking good. Ramus has to come in and help. Set enough. We see Thresh is also there coming from the back, but yeah, they're gonna pretty much tell them disengage, guys. This is not it, and they're gonna have to pretty much reset well and healthy.
Yes, very well put. The only thing that I can see here, or the only thing I'm very grateful of, is that the Ramus is so active, going left and right, going to go and support either of his laners, and the Graves is only being reactive to the Ramus's gank, not really being proactive, not going for his kills, not going for that early snowball.
Understand? Well, we see that both objectives is pretty much up. We see that the Rift Herald is going to be prioritizing for Alpha Pipe. I don't know if Ayago will be able to prioritize these objectives, but talked about it. Even if you're losing a little bit, objectives are still going to be more increasing the win rate of any team.
Yes, it seems like the Rift Herald is taken, and I think the Graves might just go to bot side, put down the Rift Herald, get that first tower, get that misfortune going, get a nice wallet for her ready up, because there's this 1k gold difference is not really that great.
I love how you pretty much analyze it so far to the point I see the impact of it, and I think because they're able to get so much stuff, if it's gonna add bot, they might even well get Dragon in that process.
Yes, snowball, get the Rift Herald, get the first tower, and just snowball into the Dragon, or just take the Dragon, force a team fight, because Ramus and Graves are right here close. The mid laners might also act, or they might just gank the Galio, setting up maybe to get the Galio. That looks very likely.
Yeah, but Galio is gonna rotate quickly, and we see there's a rep ward there, and yeah, we're gonna see that they're all gonna know where they are and their positioning.
Yes, right now they have set wars, put the setup. Oh, or they're thinking of putting down the Rift Herald mid lane, taking the mid tower instead.
Oh, that's gonna be a surprise for both of us here. We did not expect that. What is Alpha Pippin thinking? Maybe we know something that we don't know. Then again, prioritizing mid, it gives so much pressure for the enemy team.
Yes, taking the mid tower is okay because that means that Anivia is active. That means that Anivia can keep going or keep visiting other lanes and gank them.
Exactly, I can see why now. I see why Anivia be able to play with his own teammate jungle, and it looks like Flash is gonna go left, and Ram is gonna taunt Graves, and Graves is gonna get caught for that situation. He's still surviving really well, and that is not looking good for Firego. Firego is losing a lot of his teammates. Actually, one person is gonna get lost in that, and actually two now. That's
Yes,
gonna be straight up dragon.
yes. The ignite from the Shen taking the last health bar, health from the Rammus right there. Unfortunate, but Nas, the dragon is being taken. The first dragon goes to Alpha Pepe. Getting
It was, I gotta say, it was really unfortunate that Kai'Sa was not in the position to be able to help his own teammates. And I think if Kai'Sa was in that scenario, she would have maybe made great use of that.
Yes, they had a nice setup. Rammus goes in taunt, and then the Galio ultis on the Rammus, get that explosive knock up on the entire enemy team. It's a very nice strategy. Too bad they did not have the Kai'Sa nearby.
It's really unfortunate to see. And I think Miss Fortune is gonna probably get her items way quicker than like Kai'Sa.
Yeah, in my opinion, the gold difference, 20 gold difference between the Kai'Sa, 20 CS difference between the Kai'Sa and the Miss Fortune. But one important thing that the Kai'Sa has and the Miss Fortune does not have is that minion farming item right there.
Yeah, the call.
The call. It is such a great item if you want to get ahead of your opposing laner, and he completed the call, and he has completed his mythic. That means that the Kai'Sa and the Misfortune are quite literally on even footing, if not ahead for the Misfortune for a tiny bit. But still, in any team fight, the Kai'Sa is going to be dangerous, and the Misfortune is going to be dangerous. Now the question is, which one is going to fall?
Well, it's gonna be pretty much exciting to see, and we see a little bit of fight. It's not gonna be happening a lot since both top laners are pretty much well respected, and they know each other very well, and they've known how to play against each other too.
Yes,
See,
and
Graves
they're
is also
setting-
coming by.
Shut down.
Yeah, they're going for a top side.
Wait, we just see a shutdown. It's gonna be shutdown to Misfortune, and Kai'Sa gets the gold for it too. We see another battle happening around top side, and Shen's gonna get Silas in the process. Rammus gonna have to back off. He does know his team, so he's gonna go back. Maybe rotate it. I don't know if he's able to compensate with it. Kai'Sa's gonna pretty much use her ultimate. She's gonna get taunted. She does use her cleanse. Yeah, cleanse. And get another kill. It looks like we see that Thresh flashes through it. Explode. What is that by Graves? Graves pretty much turn around, and yeah, the gold difference is just going to the left and right.
Yes, a 3-for-3 trade. Misfortune bounty going to the enemy side, but even with Misfortune bounty going to the enemy side, the Graves
Yeah.
that means Graves is going to be very dangerous. He has
Yeah.
big item, and right there they are. If they take this bot tower, they're going to be way ahead of the opposing team. Alpha Pit is very
Like Firego, Kai'Sa is taking great opportunities, but just that moment, you see that Graves turn around, flashes through behind, and we know that Kai'Sa was low. She took the opportunity nonetheless. Regardless what the situation is, he knows he's able to get more value than the Kai'Sa.
And looking at the bot side, it looks like they really bot tower stacking up for people, or no, the Anivia is going back. They might actually reposition back mid lane, get the waves in the correct order, and perhaps think to get either the top lane tower or the bot lane tower.
You know what makes it very scary, right, Black Sheep? I find it very scary because we see that Alpha Pepe have more potential of carries, or like if someone falls off, they're able to work on each other and play off each other. But if it just comes down to Alpha Go, it's only relying on one person. Maybe Silas will be coming back up, but very hard to see for other teammates to be able to do much. Because we know that the Rammus and Galio and all these all these champions are pretty much set up for Kaisa.
Yes, indeed. And they're thinking of taking the second head. Tauri is in danger, and if the Kaisa or the enemy of Fayago does not recall, and I think this might be a very juicy team fight right here.
And there could be a really juicy team fight. We see that Nautilus gonna gain deeper. We see what is that? That's the setup I was talking about just not long ago from the beginning of the team, in the beginning of the game. And yeah, look at how the outcome is. Alpha Pipi putting them in the weirdest situation. I was talking about this not long ago, the beginning of the game, right? And I said it about it again. Navia is going to put them in a weird situation. Jungle is going to pretty much be a bad opportunity, and that's what I expected to see.
And it did. It worked out so well in Alpha Pipi favor, but by and by, this is broken. They were only two people there going to check the Rift Herald. Two people, the support and the bot laner, the most important person right now on Firego's team, and they just solo or duo check the top lane Tribush and trying to check the Rift Herald. It was optimistic, and they got punished for that.
Yeah, I'm also looking around at what they're buying as rewards. We see that 2 Oracle lenses pretty much bought here, and actually three. So there's 3 Oracle lenses being bought. We see that Rama's gonna buy 1, Gallo is gonna buy 1, and Thresh so just 1. That's just expected because all support's gonna be able to buy that. We see that Silas gonna pretty much get misfortune. And Figo is probably looking to force a dragon here. I don't know how Alpha Pipi will respond. Looks like the dragon will control a little bit, go back in this location. Firstly, we see Nautilus pretty much go head on, zone out all the teaming. And Silas can pretty much try to stall for the team, put them in weird situation, but Silas is gonna have to die in that process because of that. And we see that Shen is also in there, and Ramus in out of position. Wow, that really went flawless for Alpha Pipi. Much to say. Alpha Pipi just took it really slow. They got what they need. They know how strong they are, and that's how. I think that might be a downfall for Fire Go.
Yes, they were grouping up, trying to think they got the cloud lead, thinking that they had the chance, but they had the people in Alpha Pipi jungle. If they might, but they stalled. They were going back and forth, and then the opportunity to move up.
I find it really funny how Nautilus just be able to walk in there and just take everything from every single person. We see that happening because we just know that Galio is unable to output damage. We see that Thresh is unable to output damage. The only person that be able to output damage is Kaisa. But Kaisa is being zoned so much. If she comes any closer to Nautilus, she's dead. She's pretty much dead. That's why their team is pretty much trying to put Nautilus in a bad spot, but yeah, Nautilus is gonna get pushed no matter what. Even if he dies, it's still worth it for them.
Yes,
and Silas gonna get caught for it.
Yes, do remember this is still a pre-20 minutes, still 2 items Kaisa. If the Kaisa gets the 4th item, I think then the Kaisa can shred things. Then the Nautilus will be not that impactful, being able to zone out the Kaisa. Or even if that is not possible, I still think that they should just go for the and then the Galio ultis on the Rams so that they have that special moment, get the knocked up, and then set up for an amazing team fight.
That's the thing. I see that the Firego is doing reactive kind of team fights instead of like they make the team fight. I understand why they're doing that because they're in the losing side, right? But because their team on reliant on Kaisa, it's just not possible for them to react. If they react, they get caught.
Yes, that is the difference. In the early game, the was so active, going every lane and trying to help his entire team. But right now, he's not active. They're not even. They're worried too much instead of pulling the trigger.
Yeah, and I love how Alpha Pipi is so active. We see how much objective they're gonna see. We Ram is coming from the back here, and Galley has a problem. We see, but look at the zoning from 2 of those champions, Shannon and Nautilus, just giving no room at all for Kaisa to shine, and she has to take opportunities. So she's pushing the nice move by Thresh, and Kaisa is taking all the damage possible, but she's gonna get caught in the situation, and she has to flash away too. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it. This is it. I think that's how Alpha Pipi have to pretty much close the game. So quick. It's 21 minutes, and it's still counting down. Counting up. It's only Ramus up here. how is he able to make this worth it? I think Rambus can, yeah, he's taking too much damage. He's unable to do so. Just look at Misfortune, just auto attacking, auto attacking. Silas is also very much. He's gonna get a fat juicy shutdown, and I don't think that's gonna be enough. Nice. Love how he took the ultimate there, but yeah, I was telling you, Alpha Pippin taking no mercy at all, ending the game quickly and swiftly. They took every opportunity, and I love about it. What do you think, Black Sheep?
Yes, that right there, GG's to Alpha Pippin taking the first game of this S3 right now. If the Rammus pulled the trigger, the Rammus was going in for it, going for that Hail Mary, going for that last team fight, but too bad that the Kaiser was being zoned out by two tanks, the Shen and the Nautilus zoned out, not being able to give a chance to shine. She was in that was no chance for that team fight to work out. They had that opportunity and they pulled the trigger way too early, or they didn't think about it when they pulled the trigger.
I feel like the Rammus forced it too much, like I told you, you know, that the early, I think it was also a big downfall for Fiago, because we see that the replay here, the early engages was just too quick, and Fiago was ready for it, but look how much the composition is so much better than Fiago, and I love about it.
Yes, and I think, you know what I think? I think if they maybe change their top lane, instead of going for a Silas, perhaps going for a Maokai. I see no good sides on this Silas pick. You see that on Alpha Pippin's side, all the ultis they're taken is not really that those game-changing ultis. They're not really that great. If they're stolen, because they can just run away from Misfortune ulti. They probably don't take that much damage from the Grave ulti. The Shen ulti can protect themselves a bit, but even then it's going still not be that worth it. So in my opinion, the Silas pick was not the best pick. They should have taken something tanky, something with team fight potential, a Maokai, a Aatrox, like something that you can shine in the top side. But right here, right now, I think the Shen pick being stolen from Fiago, it put them in a bad position where they didn't have any idea how to counter pick the
Yeah, I gotta question their mid and jungle. Look, you gotta have it down. You can't have two mid, like you can't have both of them to be pretty much tank. If someone's gonna play like Galio, you're gonna have a bruiser. You need a bruiser. You don't play Gramus in that situation, right? You don't have more opportunities. Let's say a Kayn. A Kayn would probably have more opportunities because of the Galio. Because if you put Galio and the Kayn combination, you will have a fantastic. I think the composition was off because of that. You can have Rammus too, but you need to have a stronger mid. What I mean by that, you might have you could get a Victor on those scenarios. Victor would be great with the Rammus, right? You get the CC, get the zoning. The ability of it is so much more. I don't think they pretty much think through it. You know, they haven't thought through it much. The Rammus and the Galio, I feel like that was a little bit of a fluke.
Yes, they're putting so much pressure on their Kai'Sa to do all the damage. Well, in my opinion, just like how Alpha Pippin is going forward, and different people can do it, Fiago should get a secondary carry in the jungler. Perhaps then they can probably not put too much pressure on the
Kai'Sa,
because to having just one person as a carry and having them all protect that one person, it's not really going to help that much if they just get zoned out by tanks, if they just get CC'd by one or two people. It's not really the best composition, having to rely on one person.
Yeah, and I know their strategy has been like that since, and I didn't see any difference coming out from them. And Fiago needs to make that a difference. Look, they have to make that a top prioritizing, that the composition is a little bit, you know, on the other side, and the strategy is not going to continue to work. It has worked maybe against the round robin time, but that's different. Now that Alpha Pippin has played games with them, they have learned. I feel like they have more adaptability than any of those other teams, right? They have shown us how they be able to do something different, and I think I love about that Alpha Pippin.
Yes, going for their adaptive style, being so versatile or flexible with team comps, or even just mechanically, they have shown that they can do quite a lot with what they're given. And if Fiago can step up to the plate, if they can step up and probably change their composition, or maybe just change anything that can their style of play, probably then they can step up to the plate, fight them on even positioning, of even footing.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I love to see. It's kind of unfortunate to see that Figo have to put in these situations, and I won't be really explaining how that's gonna be. It's gonna be the same as Valorant. I think it's gonna be more suited for Blitz Hunter to tell you how the games are gonna go from here, how if they win one or who loses one, and how it's gonna be proceeding. And yeah, I'm gonna give it to Bliss. What do you think?
Yeah, so it's basically the same as the last time, where we had, yesterday. It's a double eliminations map, so that means that Fiago is pretty much still in this game, even though they lost the first one. It still is a 2-series best out of 3. So that means that if Fiago is able to win the next 2 matches and win this series, they have a possibility to play one more time, because Alpha Pepe has not lost in the upper bracket once at all. However, so we're talking about double elimination brackets. That means you have to be eliminated twice. You have to lose twice in order to be disqualified. Alpha Pepe has no losses just yet, but when it comes to Fiago, they have already lost 1 match before against Fire Pepe, I believe, as well. So that means that if Fiago loses a single match, a single series here, that would mean that will be the end for them in this tournament, and then the win would go to Alpha Pepe. However, it's not the end yet. They have still 1 more game to play. So if they lose this next match, that's the end for Fiago.
And it's too early to say, man. I don't like that fact of because Fiago, they're standing chance. They're a strong team. It's just I think their composition. They need to really think through it. They really need to think through it.
I agree completely. If they maybe just go for that pick, they had a nice idea with the trash. They had a nice idea with the jungle 5-man jungle fit. Perhaps go for something more early game power instead of a Galio or a Silas. Something more stronger.
Exactly. I understand why Alpha Pay targeted mid so much because I think they know their mid laner very well. They understand the player really well too, and I don't know if throughout the years or whatever, and it could be a better. They could have, variety. You could have expanded your play pool.
Indeed, I hope that they maybe have a hidden card, something that they have kept a secret that they're waiting to pull out. I am not that optimistic, but I am hopeful.
All right. Well, we're gonna see if we can set up the match quickly. But yeah, and we're gonna Matt. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We still have a lot to think about how the game will play. But yeah, wait for a little bit, and we'll see you guys in a bit. All right.
Ja, je moeder is niet thuis, nou? Nee, ze is er niet. Oh. Ik dacht dat ze thuis was. Is goed. Zeg haar dat ik was geweest, hoor. En tagging aan een vergeten. Offer voor jou. Wat is dat? Toets sterretje 100 hekje, dan kies je optie 4. Of doe het via de My Digicel app. Ik ben weg. Wie vroeg dat geeft me meer informatie nog? Met dat toets sterretje 100 hekje, dan kies je optie 4. Zo'n informatie van Moro. Baika? Je moet direct zeker, no? Nee. Zoek het in de My Digicel app.
Never really saw you coming until you turned me around. Used to think I wasn't fit, but look at this love we found. So give me your hand, hold it to the side. No, I don't ever wanna see you cry. Oh, yeah.
All right, we are back, and pretty much we're gonna see it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be the same thing. What do you think, Black Sheep?
I think if they don't change it up, Fire go real danger because the what Alpha Pepe is doing right here, the bands are the same. The picks
Yeah.
are usually different but still not the same game. So if Firego does not change it up, alright, and Blaze band, they're thinking about their jungle, they're focusing about their jungle. So I hope that their jungle picks something that can team fight but also have that gank potential.
Man, I know it has been said over and over again. Figo has been pretty predictable. No matter what, it has been as it always been. Their strategy has been pretty predictable, and I see Alpha people reacting to it. I didn't want to say it as much because I was hoping maybe we could see something to change, but it has not. This might be it. This has to be it. If nothing really changed and the composition is gonna be the same, it's really gonna be the big downfall for Figo.
Yes, they're all on blue side. That means they have the first pick. If they have the priority for this first pick, they might choose the support. That means they lost their first pick priority because I don't think Nautilus was such a high priority. They should have chosen for a jungler or a bot laner. Choosing a Nautilus is just giving out their first pick priority to not that impactful of a character.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell how influential it's gonna be because you don't put too much thought. I don't know if their team. Not saying they don't think about it. They do, but just how much process do they think about it? You know, they need to have that extra process, thinking about the extra. Look at that. We see that Nautilus get picked. We see Blitzcrank getting picked now, and that's gonna pretty much put them in a worse situation. We know how impactful Blitzcrank was. It was dangerous. This guy was everywhere, top, mid. It doesn't matter. You know where he goes. He comes with it. He also pretty much gonna get the Hex Slash as well, just to add the extra spice. You know.
And look at that, the Shen pick being taken. If the top lane, for example, like maybe even a Maokai or a Cho'Gath, something that can counter the Shen, or even if he just wants for a team fight, the Ornn, you know the Ornn can team fight, you know the Ornn can tank, you know the Ornn can survive the early game. If they just let themselves take something less impactful, Mordecai, decent enough, can be a bot and baseball in the big game, but I am still not that optimistic on their picks.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you there. Since the fact we already know if Ornn was in the pick, the potential picks, I can see why it worked. Because reasoning why, if we see that Figo is playing such a target heavy, it gives more potential for his team to last longer in the late games, right? We see that Ornn, if he's level 13, he can upgrade any of his mythic items, and that's gonna be great opportunities for that. That's why I think Ornn could be a potential pick. But nonetheless, it didn't really happen, and we're gonna see how they continue the game's picking and how they able to respond to it. We see Tristana and Caitlyn might be a potential opportunity here.
I'm not liking this for Fiago. They're getting counter pick left, right, and center. I am not liking this for the Fiago.
And the composition look of Rival is just looking to be down, really down. It's not looking hot at all. And Alpha Pipi responding, just stinking to the process. I think it's because the amount of game knowledge they have and experience, right? I think that's why Alpha Pipi is standing so strong and showing us, yeah, we have better understanding than you guys, and we play this game really seriously. And I think I love to see it. I love to see it.
All right. If the pick for the first phase was, in my opinion, not that impactful, I hope that they have a very, very strong jungler or mid laner that can change this early game, because that is the focus of Alpha Paper. Get that early game, punish Fiago for overstepping their boundaries, punish Fiago for thinking they are safe. If they don't have something that can change the game state, something that can be very impactful early game, I don't see Fiago going forward very well.
Yeah, man, it is really hard to say because we know that their position is really one-man army kind of, and they protect the president in that scenario. Because, like I said, it puts so much pressure for the ADC edge for Fiago, and because Alpha Pepe teams no understanding of their whole team, they have individual strengths. You get to see it all over again. It's not one person. It's really not.
And looking at this same Anivia pick, this is the opportunity for the mid laner Fiago to get a counter pick, get something impactful for the early game, something that can help this team snowball.
I think we also saw how the mid laner from Alpha Pepe using Anivia at her full strength. Like we saw how he's able to use Anivia in the jungle, and I think that's the most impactful. We saw the scenarios where Fiago have to put them back in situations that they're terrible at. We saw the pick, we saw the combo, right? She puts a wall, and then we see the Shen coming in, taunting them. We know Nautilus was also doing his ultimate, giving a hook, really gigantic. And yeah, the combo was just all synchronized. All of their team did everything. They used execution, and it works really well. Okay, it's really interesting to see, and we see that it's going to be Syndra around Fiago. That's interesting. We haven't seen that at all, and that could really change something from Fiago's side.
Alright, in my opinion, what Fiago has is a very all for one, or all clump of just go in, go ham on the enemy team, go for that one pick, because they have so much one pick potential going for them for Fiago. This might be the opportunity go for an early game team fight, or something to help them early game, and from there on they can snowball. Fiago is looking very well put together right now. So
Okay, that I can agree with, and I can totally tell you because of that scenario, right? Black Sheep. Because now that the change is gonna pretty much affect them, I don't know why. It could be like, the pressure, the amount of pressure putting them. Now they're using their kind of it's some veins throwing into their head, some veins going through their brain in that sense.
yes, their neurons are firing, going left and right, thinking, can I do this? Can I beat them solo? And can I help my team as an individual to get it? Because right here, right now, Fiago, they have a great team for great potential, and they have a very nice team. And Alpha Pepe, nothing pull away from Alpha Pepe. They are also well put together. They have also big potential. So right here, right now, it's all about.
Yeah, but we also know that Alphabet is so good at doing the picking off, man. They have so great of knowing, understanding where the opposite junglers. I think that's also the experience that that Alpha Pepe jungle. I gotta give props to him, man. He has been showing us how you to dominate, regardless if you're how the jungler plays.
And I think this is a great opportunity for me to talk about Elise. She is going to be so impactful because she can gank on the tower level 2, level 3. She can gank you on the tower and she can get a kill and get very fat, help her team, and then snowball from there. Because that Elise pick right here is going to show whether Alpha Pepe is going to take this early game or late game.
Yeah, me thinking about it right now, imagining it is so scary. I'm having fear as an adult, like, cause it's like a random spider coming into spider form, jumping into tower, coming out, getting out of the tower. Just using that mechanic is really strong, and yeah, just the opportunity given to that is scary. Well, we have come to our conclusions pretty much, and yeah, we're gonna pretty much wait how the game's gonna play out, and you guys gonna have to wait. You guys gonna have to enjoy some ads, and we'll catch up with you guys in a bit in the Rift. Hopefully, if Fiago wins this one, because really, it's really up to that. Alright, see you guys soon.
Ja, je moeder is niet thuis, nou? Nee, ze is er niet. Oh, ik dacht dat ze thuis was. Is goed. Zeg dat ik was geweest, hoor. En tagging aan een vergeten offer voor you. Wat is dat? Toets sterretje 100 hekje, dan kies je optie 4. Of doe het via de MyDigital app. Ik ben weg. Buurvrouw, dan geeft u me meer informatie dan. Met dat toets sterretje 100 hekje, dan kies je optie 4. Zo'n informatie van Moro. Baika? Anam, je moet direct zeker, no? Nee, zoek het in de MyDigital app.
Okay, boys and girls, we are back. We had a little bit of issues, so we're gonna have to skip a little bit. It's fine. I think it should be resolved too many issues. No one has died, and it's gonna be pretty much. I think Alpha Pip is of Fiago actually. Sorry, Fiago is gonna respect Alpha Pip is because of that. Oh, it's gonna be very much oriented. It's gonna be on at least how she be able to play. I do know her game plan. She, like I said, like you said, she needs to be done. She needs to get her buff early, and she needs to dive early, and that's how she's gonna be succeeding. And look at that! I see Oliver taking this stuff. Oh, she's already level 4. And wait a minute, Elisa doesn't know. Oh wait, we do understand that Elisa's just focused on getting the buff. This could be definitely different. Oh, the timing! What is that? Oh my god, he gets caught for it! Is that gonna be enough though? He's gonna put him in this bad situation, but yeah, he still escapes. Volibear is so strong because of that, man. Oh, what is that? You see that? That was insane! That was insane. The timing and Volibear utilizing that. That's gonna have a big setback on Elise. That's gonna be fantastic. And look at Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser doing so much, and Shan is just struggling from Alpha Pip side, man. I like the changes of it. It's gonna be great. But yeah, we'll have to see how bot lane is gonna be doing, since we see that Tristana is struggling to deal with this pressure from this Blitzcrank. We have pretty much told you guys that the Blitz is a fantastic. She has. Oh my god, this is gonna be big. Is it? Both teams are pretty much ready, and look at that Blitzcrank. It's gonna continue to. So Lens is pretty much gonna pop out, and yeah. It's just overextending. That's gonna be it, and that's gonna cause Volibear in the process. And wow, it was looking so good for Firego's jungler, and it just gave it all away. And look at that, it's gonna give Kaisa pretty much buff in that process, and wow, I think that's pretty much really big. And man, I'm a little frustrated saying at least. Man, I've been telling you already, Firegoal is pretty much predictable since the beginning of the time. I think that's why the reason Elise was even there, just to counter. And I saw Anivia also coming as well. Just knowing the pure knowledge from Alpha Pepe, they are scary, man. They are devastating to be sure to be reckoned with. Oh, look at it again, and that's gonna be pretty much Nautilus getting picked off. Look at that, just insane of Alpha Pepe just reading. I don't even say it's like some kind of mastermind in the playing with chess, you know. Oh, look at this from Firegoal though. Firegoal setting a fantastic setup, but just not good follow up from both of their teams. Look at Volibear still continue to do so. If they go overextend, it's pretty much gonna get picked up from Blitzcrank, and that's gonna be costing them a lot of HP in the process. But no one is dead yet, so I guess. But that's gonna cost them a lot in the process. What I mean by that is because we know that mid lane is continuing to be pushing, and then she's gonna have to lose tower plays for Firegoal like that. Yeah, that's really devastating to see, but the Syndra is committing to this, and she is pretty much kind of winning through that because Nivea is unable to compensate. Elise seems to be pretty much progressing, like hoping that Syndra is gonna be playing aggressive, because we saw that at the beginning, and I think they categorize it, they optimize it, and how they able to pretty much take advantage of that is scary. They play on people's, they play on their opponent weaknesses and see how they play. Speed of Oliver is gonna pretty much come in and flashes through, and it's gonna take extra damage. I think that's gonna be Nevia's passive, and it's gonna be indeed. Nevia at least knows where to jump in, but yeah, just not getting closer to Volibear. I like the extra slow there, trying to slow Elise, and that's gonna be pretty much save their life. And I don't know if that's gonna be enough. They know they're gonna be pushing. They're gonna pretty much deny as much as CS as possible for Syndra, and Syndra is unable to capitalize that, and she won't be able to pretty much get any of those. She might be getting the income from that, but she will definitely get EXP. And look at that, how they able to rotate quickly, and what's gonna be in their objective radar? It's gonna be the Rift. Oh my god, look at this Elise. She's such a scary person, man. I wouldn't like to fight him at all. Like, he's doing so much, just pressure, just being present there. It's already scaring Figo, and it's still the same. We still expect it to be happen. We've so opened in CCM difference, but damn, they really know, they really understand their opponent well. And I don't know what Figo is trying to do. They seem to be very much oriented in fighting a lot, but yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be going well for Figo in that process. If it's gonna be long term. Look at that's a really interesting hook. That's really hook. Oh no. Yeah, we didn't get to see it unfortunately, but yeah, that's gonna be a setup for a Dragon. Since Volibear is pretty much down, there's no smite, there's no guarantee for them to be able to compensate as well, and that is gonna be the first Dragon for Alpha Pipe. I'm telling you, man, the objective on Alpha Pipe, they really love their objective, and I think that's also increasing the win rate in that scenario because of that too. If Figo is not able to capitalize this, they're only gonna be decreasing their win rate potential, you know. What is Volibear doing? What is Volibear doing? What? Okay, Figo is responding quickly, and that could really be good potential. But Nevi is gonna be backing off, and at least it's not in the area. So yeah, they're unable to do much. We see that Sword people, they're trying to secure this Rift. I think they're catching on of getting objectives, and I know that. Yeah, they're answering quickly, and I think Mordekaiser is trying to keep a bay on Shen. If he's gonna TP, it's gonna be pretty much bad for Figo, and Mordekaiser really need to catch up with the job. Yeah, he's doing fantastic work, just chucking away his HP, unable to prioritize if he's able to save his teammate and come there. If he's gonna go there, he's gonna be pretty much like it. We see another gank from Alpha Pipe. Look at this. Alpha Pipe is pretty much readying it up. We don't see that Volibear is in a position to do so, and Volibear is gonna be playing around mid. At least it's just so patient. Look at that, using the fog of war, using the bushes in that scenario. Just to see how dangerous it is. Look at that. That's gonna be opportunity given, and yeah, and wow, good reaction by the Tristana. I gotta give him props there. We see that the ADC has been pretty much the star of the show for Fiago, and they continue to play that strategy as well, and it's been pretty predictable. So we need to be worried much for Fiago's
Alright, looking at this is not really helpful for Firego side, but if this is going Firego side, I think the top lane is the answer. But looking at the Mordekaiser, it is not really going that well.
Man, Shen is just doing it. He knows his champion so well. I just find it so scary. Look at that. At least it's coming in there and then pretty much got the fantastic free kill. Oh my god, guys, what are you doing? You need to be pretty much surrounded for your surroundings, man. You gotta pay attention. And look at that. Fiago is gonna take the bot side. It's gonna get Blitzcrank out of the picture. And I don't know, man. It's good. Yeah, you get a great kill. That's gonna be the first kill for Fiago. And they're gonna focusing on bot side. Look at that, brother. You're giving so much stuff for Anivia. Anivia's gonna get their own tower as well. Look at that. That's what I'm just saying. You're giving Anivia so much.
Yes, looking at that, the goal difference not only is Alpha Pipi ahead in all their laners with the farm, but they're right now ahead in gold so far. They also got the first tower, establishing dominance in the gold split. And if this is going the way I read it, I think the Mordecai is in danger.
Yeah, I really have no idea what Alpha Pay is thinking right now, so I think they really need to elaborate what the scenario is going to be, and I think Mordecai is in trouble again. We see that Anivia is going to pretty much go, gets a nice combo as Shen is also ulting, and Elise is also nearby, and that's going to be it. Mordecai is going to completely got off. I don't know why he walked in that position. He doesn't. I know he wanted to ward in that scenario, but it really cost him his whole life and his whole lane.
Yes, he was thinking that the Shen backed up, meaning that he was no longer in danger, but the Shen has his own. He has the chance to immediately just go in there and support his team.
He should have been way more careful since Anivia has taken pretty much the mid turret. There is just Anivia's get the chance to be able to rotate.
But this is a difference in comparison to the last game having a 1 versus 5 lead. In comparison to the last game having a 15% lead, so this is quite different, and this slow start or this slow build up might actually give Figo a chance.
Now we see Figo also so focused on trying to get the dragon objective now since I don't know what the change of pace is, but they really seems to be focusing on objective now a little bit more than often. Then we see that the Rift one, we see now the dragon's been the option as well coming into the pockets, and we see another fight happening top. And that's gonna be really terrible for Mordecai. I don't know what he's planning. He does have I don't know if his flash is up. No, he does not have his flash. And that's Mordecai's gonna have to pretty much die in that process. I don't know why he's getting caught twice already, and doesn't have the opportunity to be able to play with a scene.
The way this is looking is not really looking that great for Fiago. They got the Mountain Drake, and then the Elise to put the hurt in the top lane side, because he got caught once and they were saying yes, let's do it again, making sure that the Mordekaiser does not become that late game raid boss, because the way this is looking, Mordekaiser is not going to be impactful in any team fight, and their pick potential will go lower the longer this goes on.
Yeah, the longer this is gonna go, it's gonna look terrible for Fiago, and Fiago is trying to do what it can, and it's just not looking really well. Tristana is kinda there in the way, but she is just not enough. She needs more material. She needs to have more, the stuff that she needs is not there yet. She needs just more. There's nothing really much to say. She needs more EXP, she needs more gold, she needs a lot of stuff.
Surprisingly enough, the level difference of the Kaiser already made the level difference 10 to 10. It was Kaiser was level 9, so that was a very, very interesting thing to see, that the Tristan was ahead there on the XP side. But looking at it correctly, item wise, if the Tristan does not get the 2 kills because, in my opinion, she needs 3 items before she can beat Infected in any team fight.
Oh man, look at that. Alpha Pipe is just grouping with each other, trying to look for weaknesses of Alpha Pipe from Viago.
Yes, going as a death party, running around, going and looking for the big potential, hoping to see that somebody oversteps the boundary on Firego's side, and then they can just easily get picked. They have a Blitzcrank hook and then at least stun all the time, just on that way. Once they get caught, they're just instantly dead.
Yeah, I see why the Blitzcrank is an option. It's such a deadly champion. Look at that. We see that Syndra is in the pretty much in position to be pretty much a target for Alpha Pipe. But yeah, she is pretty careful, so she won't be stepping up too close. They know they have the ward advantage. They have pretty much, and yeah, Rift is also an opportunity. And they seem to be clearing the ward slowly and not getting picked off, and that's fantastic to see. Oh, that at least tried to throw his web there, almost catch off with Syndra, but yeah, that was a guess. So yeah.
They're focusing more on the top side because they the objective left the Rift Herald, the second Rift Herald, making because the first Rift Herald got stolen by Firego and was able to lower the mid lane down. But if Alpha Pipe takes this Rift Herald, I think they won't stop at the third. I think they might even push forwards and get the inhibitor with it.
I totally agree with you. I've told you they're focusing on the objective, but because the Rift Herald is gonna be coming down, and Baron is gonna come up very soon here in 5 seconds. So that's going to be a different activity to be pretty much focused on, and that's going to be a big radar for both teams. They need to figure out who's going to be able to get it, and that's going to be an objective for something that they have to pretty much prioritize, right?
Yes, it seems that they went back to the lane phase going to secure the mid. We've seen that they're pushing in the right order, but in my opinion, they should still go for the Death Squad. Let the Blitzcrank go one lane and just go and pick off somebody.
It's so hard to see that Figo be unable to utilize your team pool, you know, their champion pool. They're unable to do what they expected to do. They want to make the explosive impact, and it's unable to come forward. And it's just really hard to see how Figo will be able to play this. They've been playing reactive. We understand that. We see that. We can see that over and over again. But they're still unable to answer the questions of their team comp. Because they have a plan, they want to make the plan succeed, and we see that Syndra is trying to make the plan succeed, but Alpha Pipe is just on the upper hand, taking advantages and knowing the weakness of individual players, knowing how they're able to play, and I love to see it. At least always respond to it as well, and that's why they're having so much success. Look at that, at least is standing there. How is that even possible? Why would she be there? You know, the questioning is always there. I don't know what they know, but they know.
Yes, but let's not forget that besides the Baron, there's still the Dragon. I think they're going for the last fight and might even go for the Baron. Or if they pick off one character and see that they can't team fight further, they just go for the Dragon. Or even set up for the Dragon, take it, and go for a team fight. Because the way this is looking, Firego lost control. They had control, but now they lost control of the river and all their wars are being taken down.
I find it hard to believe who's shot calling. I don't know. We don't know. No one really knows. But Figo is not making the great shot calling right now.
The way things are looking, they're going to pick off, settling on the Northeast ulti, and right here, right now, the Kai'Sa survive.
Yeah, we see that's gonna happen, and Nautilus is just so focused on the Kai'Sa, but yeah, look at that, the whole team is pretty much scattered. Syndra is unable to pretty much do her stuff. She's unable to do. We see that Khan is gonna be pretty much in the option, and what is that? Volibear is gonna jump back in. Why are they not surviving? They should be playing on survival mode, and Mordecai is unable to do nothing. He's unable to do anything for his own team.
And now Paul is being made to go for the Baron, try to get that Baron buff and end the game. If they get that Baron buff, well, there's no way of stopping them because the Mordecai is resetting.
Oh, look at that. The score is looking devastating for Fiago, man. 1 to 10. They are unable to do much. The only kill that's able to get is just Tristana. It's what's on the Blitzcrank. But yeah, it is so hard to see for Fiago to play like this, and it's just they're unable to proceed.
And it seems like it's one to Baron and one goes for Dragon, and they take both objectives at the same time. And
yeah, so effective. So effective playing that. Look at that. They just know what they need to get, and they're just not giving any mercy. No, nothing for Fiago. Fiago is unable to capitalize on anything, and it's looking pretty much really bad. looking really terrible.
They have the Baron buff. They have the capacity to just end this game. They should, in my opinion, group up, push one lane, and let the Shen probably split. And if they ever like if they ever see a problem, the Shen can use his teleport, his summoner spell, and perhaps the timer will be turned off, and on his cooldown, ulti will be gone. So this is
Yeah, we see a lot of pain going outside, so Mordekaiser is gonna get caught again. What a tragedy for the Mordekaiser. The Mordekaiser is struggling to be able to play this game, and still he seems to be very much targeted in that scenario. He's so, look at that, the taunt, the throwing, everything. Like, look at that. Mordekaiser is having the most terrible time playing this game.
Yes, and even if Firego's team wanted to help him, they got caught off by Kai'Sa and the Blitzcrank. They're just Alpha is grouping up, going for that push. They are most
Man, I find it hard for Fiago. They are able to help your team, unable to execute a team play. It's just, yeah, really not much to say, man. Mordekaiser is doing his own thing. He's trying to make an impact for his teammates, trying to become the battle boss, but it's just not it. It's just not really making it. I think what feared most for Alpha Pipe is because of that. They're so focused on the Mordekaiser. He has gotten pretty much 3 times, and those are 3 crucial times that he got caught.
Yes, Alpha Pipe is taking their peak potential and actually realizing their potential, while Firego have peak potential, but they're not using it as effectively.
Oh, looks like they've tried to engage, but just not the correct engagement. Look at that, he's gonna take a lot of damage. Nautilus is already half HP. And why is Volibear in that scenario? And he's not gonna get taunted. Looks like a lot of stuff is pretty much, from both teams, pretty much the utilities or abilities being used. We see that nice, pretty much combo from Syndra. Looks like Nautilus is gonna go in. She's gonna be pretty much in her egg form. And with her passive Anivia, we see Mordekaiser is kind of a scenario where the zoning is Alpha Pipe's team, and we don't know if it's gonna be a fight. Tristana is still in the back, but yeah, it's not gonna happen. Looks like Anivia is gonna die in this process. Yeah, Anivia is pretty much completely gone, pretty much sent into the Brazil in the sense that what we call it. And yeah, they finally gotten something here. This is somewhat good for Firego. I did not expect that. I thought Alpha Pipe would be pretty much demolishing them, but they still somehow managed to grab some scraps in that scenario.
Yes, they got picked apart. They got picked apart. But what surprised me the most is that all the team was focusing on the Mordekaiser. Kai'Sa went into the slump of the enemy team, and he was alone. She was alone, and she just got killed. And with that 4v5, they get Anivia that was alone on one.
Oh no, it looks so bad. It looks like at least finds one person out of the position, and it's gonna be the Syndra.
Yes, the Syndra, she was alone in this jungle, expecting that jungle was still theirs, not expecting a list to pop out of nowhere.
And that's gonna be really frustrating for Syndra. Syndra was doing a lot of work in that team fight, and she has shown a very big importance.
The way things are looking, they push them off the inhibitor. The inhibitor is still pulling out, but the way Alpha Pipe is grouping up, it might not last that long. They might actually go for that push for a mid inhibitor and transition to the bot inhibitor.
Yeah, man, I totally agree with, and that's gonna be it. I don't know how Alpha is. They're slowly taking more resources from like towers and stuff like that from Fiago, and Fiago is unable to respond to that process, and they're just really doing more. Looks like another fight is gonna happen. They just keep forcing fight, and Blitzcrank is in a bad situation. Volibear is too deep. I don't know why he's doing so deep in the scenario, and but they're picking up well. They are picking up well. Kai'Sa's gonna be picked off. Look at that. Kai'Sa's gonna be picked off, and Shen is out of position. They're zoning their team. Mordekaiser are doing a fantastic job. What is going on? It somehow is making Alpha Pipe a big turn, and Fiago is gonna. What is what? That I'm in shock. I'm in shock. What just happened? Fiago pretty much won the battle, even though they were behind. What a turnaround!
What an amazing round, in my opinion. The Tristana and the Syndra, they were positioned so well. They pushed off the antidotes. They slowly showed the systems on up there. They just picked them up one by one. That was an amazing team fight from Firego's side. This might be a for them to go and settle down, get some objectives ready up. They're going to ready up and go for that Baron fight, because that is the turning point of this game. That Baron fight.
Man, they have gotten so much resources back to the bounty. I love how Riot Games trying to make this game comebackable in a sense, because these bounties opportunities given that Mordekaiser can get picked off, he just got a fantastic shutdown, like at least 10,000 gold, not a 10,000, 1k gold. Yeah, that would, I don't know, it's just devastating. But the Alpha Pipe, they seem to realize their mistake, and it's pretty much trying to come back from it. And I think they're gonna play a little bit more differently, because they seem to know how they may win that, and they don't want to lose anymore than it has been. They already lost 2 occasions where it's given too much opportunities for Fire Go, and Alpha Pipe just needs to know when to be more careful.
Yes, this Baron fight or this Baron buff is going to like it. They had that one team fight win and they were overconfident, and now they're just looking bad. This is not. This is going to probably be the end after their final push with the Baron buff.
Yeah, it's just looking terrible for Firegold. But somehow they so miraculously just somehow comes out of the situation, even though. But I think Alpha Pipe is just looking to end it slowly. I know they're confident, maybe. I think that's gonna also affect their performance.
Going for that top lane push, getting that top. They might reset because they have quite a large amount of gold income. Reset, get their item, finish their build, and then make that final push. Make that final team fight, because this right here, right now, Alpha Pipe can take it all.
Man, thinking about it, we also see that is the League of Legends. We see League of Legends is also close to the Worlds, and this is coming to a big hype. You know.
The way things are looking, Daisa is almost finishing her 4th item. She's going for the jungle camps, building up that gold income, but I don't think it matters. I think Alpha Pipe should just group up, go for that last team fight, because they have that big wallet. They can finish it. 7,000, almost 8,000 gold difference. They can finish this fight right here with the mid push right now.
And the wards, just like I said, the wards, man, the wards are just better for Alpha. They know where their enemy is gonna go. They know where their opponent is pretty much going. It's so hard for Viago to be able to proceed any further than they should be.
Yes, slowly the inhibitors grouping up and that last team fight. Let's see Viago if it's gonna be Alpha Pipe.
Oh no, look at that! Tristana walks in a bad position and gets caught completely, and that's gonna put pretty much Viago in a bad situation. A nice fantastic Anivia wall, and overall, just more people getting cut off. Blitzcrank fantastic another time. It's just all up to Volibear. Volibear is gonna be 1v5ing. I don't think he's able to do that. We see Kaisa's gonna dash into, exhaust in that process, and yeah, I think this is it. Quadra kill on the Kaisa, and that's gonna be game after game. Alpha Pipe just coming on top.
Yes, 7-21. The Kaisa is and Alpha Pipe showed dominance this entire game.
And that is it, man. Congratulations to Alpha Pipe winning basically the whole tournament. That's gonna be it. I'm gonna give it to Blitzcrank. No, not Blitz. Excuse me. So I'm gonna give it to Bliss Hunter, and he's gonna pretty much finish it off for me here. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. He'll give me it back, and he'll let me know.
Yeah, most definitely. I am here. This is your boy Bliss Hunter, not Blitzcrank, sadly. I'm not a League of Legends character. I'll be an eSports Suriname character, if you will. Nonetheless, we had an amazing game. We had an amazing night today. It was a quick one, nonetheless. To say, sadly. It is Alpha Pipe that comes on top indeed. What we see this coming, Fiago was able to win them in the round robin phase, but they were sadly not able to make that happen again. Both times they met with Alpha Pipe inside of the brackets phase. So the brackets phase definitely showed that Alpha Pipe is the upper echelon, basically. They're on top of the League of Legends game here in Suriname, and they showed it once again. It's not their first time winning. They are a very well nicely compiled team. They know each other for a very long time. They've been playing together for a very long time, and they're also pretty much among the highest ranked in Suriname, if I'm not correct.
Yeah, you are indeed correct. We have known these guys for a very long time. They have proven over and over again every tournament day in this country that's pretty much over, we have known them for over time. They have changed some of their names and back and forth, but it's always great to see them always coming back to the game that they pretty much grown to love. And I always supported them in that sense. I know them, some of them personally too, and that's why I always kind of, not really rude. I mean, yeah, they do, but how do I say it? It's more like always love to see how far they got.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, we've seen the games here today ourselves. Black Sheep, do you have anything you have to say about the games you just watched today?
Right. What I've seen and what they have put on the table is they show dominance, and they show that they deserve that first place title. They deserve to be the winner, and indeed they got it. And I'm happy for them. They put in the work, they put in the effort, and look, they got rewarded.
Yeah, most definitely. It's all about that hard work. It comes with hard reward, and indeed, this time that big and hard reward is nothing other than 12.5K on Surinamese dollars coming in for Alpha Pepe. In this sense, they had a beautiful run coming all the way towards this moment, and they were able to make it into a somewhat zero losses coming in on the upper brackets. Unlike Copium yesterday in Valorant, they were, however, not able to go completely untethered in this one, considering that they have lost the first match that they played. But other than that, since then, they have been going on a winning streak so far, and it's also very nice to see. So congrats to them. And I mean, is there pretty much something you guys want to say about these two teams?
There's really not much to say. It's always congratulations. I know this tournament is gonna be a eye opener for every single team that's going to be participating, even future teams that's going to participate. They know the strength of Alpha PP. They also know what also Viago needs to be working on, and yeah, there's so much to learn from here. There's so many opportunities, and yeah, I will say from like the last yesterday, don't give up. There's always opportunity.
Most definitely. All right, so well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, Alpha Pepe has shown top, and there are a lot of people that might take their top spot, might take their throne. They are today, but they might not be the kings for tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, agreed with that. There's definitely there's enough room for other teams to also progress themselves in the way that they are able to overthrow Alpha Pepe. But nonetheless, the truth is, or the fact is, that today Alpha Pepe stand as the victors within this tournament, and that will mean that they are the champions of the ES Majors League of Legends tournament this time. Hopefully next time on ES Majors, or probably one of the other ES games, or not less, or the one of the quote-unquote lesser tournaments, we'll be able to see these teams compete again in some League of Legends, or perhaps even some other games. Just to make sure that you
can't wait.
Yeah, just stay tuned with the ES. You know exactly where to find us. We are both on Instagram and on Instagram, on YouTube, and on Facebook. So you already know that, because that's how you got to know about this tournament. And of course, we have to thank the people that have helped us in this tournament. Let's of course not just begin with Skull Knight. Thank you once again for being here. It's been a very long journey. Today is actually finally the last day in this whole tournament. It's been over a span of a month that we've been constantly streaming games every single weekend. Yeah, exactly. We can also finally rest, because it has been a very long time for us. Last week we had Black Sheep to join us in this tournament. We are also very grateful for you being here and helping us with your insight, and definitely seeing that Skull Knight is definitely enjoying also doing some voice what's called again, what's the word for it again, some shoutcasting with you, in order to be able to make it a bit more interesting, because you guys are able to have a comprehensive conversation, because you guys both know what you guys are actually talking about. Well, me on the other side, yes, no, we're more grateful for having you, that's for sure. Now, I want to thank you guys for being here, both of you, but then again, also not forget to thank both SportsMax and Coca-Cola to help us here with this tournament, as they have played a big role in order to make all of this possible for you. But of course, not to forget, the people that we need to thank the most is of course the players and the community. Thank you all for being here with us throughout this whole span of the last month. It's been a long time, and today we've come to the end, where we have Copium as the victors for Valorant and Alpha Pepe as the victors for League of Legends. Thank you once again, and hope to see you guys soon in the next tournament as well.
Alright, bye bye, boys. Hope you guys are enjoying the time, and we love to see you in the future competing for competitiveness when it comes to other opportunities given. And we love to see more of those skills. We love to see it, and we can't wait.
And also a farewell from my side. I also love to see competition go.
All right, thank you, boys. Thank you for those good wishes, and hope to see you guys on the next time.
Bye bye, boys.
Goodbye.